Hello everyone, it's me again, Zurubabel, with my glorious Portuguese accent. And today I will talk about some differences between the relational database such as MySQL or SQL Server and the MongoDB, right? When we are talking about a relational database, we are talking about a closed schema. You need to write everything to use before it. You need to make all the structure of your database to begin use it, right? I'm not, I don't understand what you're talking about. All right. Suppose we need to store some information of a person or some persons, right? And I will make a table tbl underscore person, right? I will have some informations about that person or that set of persons. And I will have an ID, right? I will have his or her name isn't with E. You're stupid is with A. Name, no, what? Name, no, it's name with an aim, name. I have his or her age, right? And so on and so on and so on. And with the informations, with the columns we need to specify what kind of what will be the data type, what is the type of that data we are inputting in that column. When you are talking about the ID, it's something about an integer, right? Some numbers. When you're talking about the name, we are talking with some chars or a varchar. Varchar. When we are talking in the SQL server way, right? The L, it's hard to me to say L. My tongue don't bend the way it needs to bend, right? So my L is a little strange. Sorry. And when you're talking about an age, we are talking about an integer too. You don't have what's your age? I have 31.58 years. No, we don't talk like that way. You could calculate that way, but we don't talk that way, right? And I need to think something more about that person, just like their address, right? I remember it's ADDEESS, address. It's an R right here. If I misspell, sorry, right? But in a normalized way, I suppose that you know what is a normalization in relational database. You can't put that address in the persons table because you could have many persons living in the same street, living in the same address, living in the same building, right? So you make another table. It's just about tbl addresses. It's plural, it's addresses, I think so. And you will have the ID of that address, and you have the street, or it's an alleyway, it's a street, or a building, a boulevard, I don't know. And you have the state, and you have the country in another table, and so on and so on and so on, just with all the normalizations you need to do. If you don't want to normalize your table, I don't know, you could have a table without normalization, but that's the way you store things in a relational database. You have a closed schema. When we are talking about MongoDB, it's different. You have a schema as you input your data in the MongoDB. So if I want to make, I don't know, an ID of 1, and I will have a name Bruno, that's my true name, and an age 31, that's my age. We have a schema, right? A schema just like this one. But when we are using a MongoDB, I could have another document. I could have another, yes, it's another document in our collection. When we are talking, just make from two here. When we are talking about an SQL type, and we are talking about the Mongo, right? And when we are talking about a database, it's the same here in Mongo. When we are talking about a table, in MongoDB way, we are talking about a collection. When we are talking about some rows, we are talking about a document. Okay, I will make that comparison about that one because my mindset is in SQL. I work with SQL, right? When back in with our MongoDB, if I want to insert a new document here with another schema, I can do it. I don't need to make an outer table, just as if I'm working with an SQL. I could make something like this. I can make, sorry, I write this one wrong. It's here and it's here, right? I'll make something new. I make an ID of 2, right? I will have a name, Bob, and I will have an age. His age is 12, and I could make dogs. Maybe that boy has some dogs, and name of one is Tom, and another one is Shotgun. Why? Because I want he to have that name, right? It has that name, Shotgun. In the same collection, I don't need to alter the schema. If I make this in person, I will need to write alter table tbl person and another column, right? Here I have almost another table because I have more than one value here. I have an array right here. Array of values. Don't remember how to speak this. It's some values. Values. Yes, I think it's values. Right? And if I want to do this in the SQL, I need to make another table. I think that you got the mindset of an SQL and of the MongoDB. What about the selection way, right? How can I select some things in the SQL and MySQL or in SQL Server, or I could select the things in the MongoDB. That you will have to wait for another lesson because it's another topic, right? This is the main difference between MongoDB and a relational database. The selection way, the insert way, you will see in the next videos when I talk about the insert, when I talk about the CRUD, create, the R, it's read, update, and delete, right? Create, read, update, delete. It's the crude way of make things in a database, right? You will see that difference in the next lessons. So that's it, and see you again in the next video. That ending is better than the the other video. Goodbye and see you later.